Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I am reviewing the Honda Navi. So like my other review videos also, I won't be talking about the specifications, but I'll be mostly talking about the ride feel or the ride quality. So basically, first of all, I should tell that I'm not a fan of scooters, but somehow I started liking this monkey looking scooter, I should say. So talking about the technical things, the Navi is just the same Activa with a new skin or a new theme, I should say. When you try to throttle it, it gives the same response as Activa also gives. It is really quick in doing 0 to 50 km per hour. Even though this vehicle is 7 kg lesser than the Activa, it doesn't show much difference in the throttle response. But I should say that Honda has come up with a very good aerodynamical design where the vehicle is very much stable on high speeds, which is from 60 to 80 km per hour. I was able to do a 0 to 60 in the best time. I will upload the video soon. The braking is just as same as the Activa. It uses the same brakes, and I think it is using the same chassis also, with a slight modification in the front part, that means the suspension. It is very easy to ride, and I will say that it is a very perfect machine for the city. It is very fun to ride. You will be able to tweak through the traffic very easily. While riding a Honda Activa, what I was feeling is that it is a bit bulky and you might find difficulty in taking it through small spaces and all. But those disadvantages are gone with this bike. And I should tell that this is a head turner in the city, because when I was doing the test drive, I saw that few KTM 390 drivers were looking at me, and this is the first time they were looking at me while I am on a scooter. And talking about the tires are all same, which comes for the Activa also, but the bike will give you much more confidence to do cornering. But I will suggest that do not try this on this bike, because since the tires are same, you might end up skidding the bike. I tried to do a zigzag motion while I was in 40-50 km per hour. The bike seems to be quite stable. And talking about the seat, they have did something different from the regular Honda Activa seats. I find much more comfortable with the seat also. And major complaint which I heard from many of the Activa drivers are their knee is hitting the body. And even I felt that even if you sit to the pillion seat, you can ride the scooter very easily. You will find this bike as a very small bike, but even though the seat height is same as the Activa, but the only one thing is the foot peg of this scooter is much on a higher position than a Honda Activa's leg rest. So that is the reason why you find that this bike is a bit small. I should say that compared to the Honda Activa, this is having a very much good turning radius. While turning an Honda Activa, you might find that you might drop down the bike when you do a angle of more than 30 degrees or something. But Navi will give you much more confidence while you do a U-turn and all. One another thing which I noticed in Honda Navi is that the bike is full of plastic. I couldn't find any metallic parts on the bike except the rear pillion handlebars. So few other cons which I saw in the bike is that there is no under seat space for this bike. And another thing is that Honda Navi doesn't comes with a fuel gauge, which make it pretty difficult to judge how many kilometers it will run for the full tank of a petrol. And the other question which everybody asking is, what is the on-road price of this scooter in Bangalore? It is 51k. I will tell that it is a value for money machine. I would say that just by riding the stock bike, you won't find it so much of great while riding the bike, just because the instrument panel is nothing much, the speedometer only, and not loaded with any of the things. If you are a person who is thinking to modify your Activa or something, I will tell that you need to try this scooter at least for once. And one another good thing from Activa is that this can have a crash guard also, which Honda itself is providing. I will tell that altogether Honda Navi is a value for money bike, and which is very fun to ride. Only one disappointment which I was having is that Honda, when it came with a new bike, why didn't they made with a 125cc of engine? Because riding through the traffic you will be having fun, but when you get an open road you might maximum go for 60 or 70 km per hour. You cannot go beyond that. And when you compare this with an Access 125, you might not be getting that kick which Access 125 gives for a 0 to 20 km per hour. I should say that Honda has made the body of Navi from the scrap of other Honda vehicles, because if you see the tail lamp itself, I was able to make out that it comes from the stunner. Since most of the body is made of plastic, I will tell that you can ride this bike without any tension of having any scratches. So that's it guys, see you in my next video, bye bye.